NRG because they're still using a sync comp that, you know, had some sort of success against a Wounded version 1, but the only time that they really played this map on stage 2. Then you have Hayes talking about, hey, we're at boot camp, I'm feeling burnt out or whatever. Not necessarily burnt out, but like they've been in a lab. And then now I see that the composition on IceBox stays the same. I want to know what they've been working on in terms of synergy then at this point.
Right, how much they solidified it, because they're getting a different look from 100 Thieves. We get the KJ in here, or the Killjoy rather. The Raze, oh man, will it be a strong, aggressive attack side for NRG here? We do know they like to get Sam up in the front. Will he be that player, or will they allow Tex to play off of the drone one round after the other? The first push is from Ethan here. See if he can get that wall up nice and quick.
Yeah, and it's a smoke towards the heaven side for the attackers of Psalm, so there's no swing out, and the wall is actually going to block out a lot of the shot cards too. Spike now gets planted, and Ethan, the designated bomb planter, or the spike carrier, is also going to heal himself off out of that as well. Derek's starting to push forward, though, as 4 players make that even 5 now of 100 Thieves are coming back for the retake. A triple swing on the left side, but Tex finally is the first blood of this game. Nades are also coming in towards 410, towards the orb side. Tex gets a second one here on the board as they're playing it so passively, but because of all of that, because that it's so passive, it's one of those battles, Riv, where hey, you got to try to fight against a smoke. Right? It's like that long sea battle on Haven.
Just the retake wall. Yeah, exactly. Great call back there. Bang with the retake wall. The rest of the team comes in. And 100 Thieves both teams played contact in the beginning. The drone came out. NRG played contact all the way up, and you saw Ethan able to place the wall. 100 Thieves had that 5-man retake as well, and it just came up to the utility in the post plant. And that post-plant wall was for 100 Thieves. Let's see how they do it. The KJ util was mid. We got to note that for last round. They had the turret over on Boiler and a few util over by that tunnel area. Now it's going to move around, and we'll see how they shift it as NRG looks to grab their first round here. 100 Thieves, keep it going.
At least we have a very warmed-up Tex to start things off with 2 kills into the server, and we're trying to rely on him to get an opening into this round here as he gets tagged out by Derek's Owl drone, forcing a rotation, as you could see from Will, all the way towards the A site.
Bit of a peek for Bang, so they can kind of understand that this play is still happening towards A here. The flank is being watched by 2 for NRG as they take it slow. Again, to just get Ethan as far up as they can. 2-man team coming up on this one. The wall was to screens, but Asano's ready.
They didn't check on the top of the A tower, so Asano gets 2 easy ones with the Spectre, and things are looking grim for the last player. Hazed on a 5 versus 1. Still, it was a committed 5-player push for NRG that they were trying to get into the A site. That once again gets denied by Asano, and I like it. They're using Asano to hunt down these frags just to build up the ult orbs as well to get the res out a little bit faster.
He really is. Oh my god. Becoming a mountain. Few frags there. The push forward from Will, feeling comfortable, and they're going hunting, like you said. So we'll see what they get now into the bonus round. They keep these Spectres. They're feeling good off of Flawless. Why change anything? Just pack the util in tight and get into this round. Same Killjoy utility coming out of Stellar, and NRG is going to go for a bit of a Marshall buy here, but more so saving down.
Prime getting Flawless on the previous round, and yeah, it seems as though they did go for some heavier investments on that previous round, forcing now a lower buy into the third, but a hero rifle here for Tex, who's clearing out towards the turret, and that's one of those things as well where the change into Stellar going out as a Killjoy is a big one instead of having a chamber, just because you can't have any set shock darts to break down that kitchen side. So that's extra utility as well that's going to stay prominent into the map unless you force bodies to break the turret there. So as they break it for NRG, they fall back and they're looking to hit towards the A side very slowly, but look at this push flank here from the B side. Spot it and now force the fall back for 100 Thieves. Tex, though, does get the opener onto Derek up towards Boiler.
Can Tex heat up? One of the questions coming from the desk. And we have definitely seen it be a huge strength point for NRG going from map to map in their series. They pull back here. They're actually seeing how much 100 Thieves will actually push. Full rotation around, reset of the turret towards mid so Stellar can get an idea that they're safe to just watch forward positions, not have to worry about the flank. It's like a little bit of coast-to-coast play here for NRG.
Bang does hear footsteps, does have support from Will as well. Drops on with the Spectre as they hear the plant. 100 Thieves, a drop and the kill. And then we're pushing forward with Will with the classic somehow. And Som is going to be on his lonesome. 10 seconds left and has to clutch. And as he picks up a weapon in, the spike just a little bit too late. No bullets in the chamber. And Stellar gets the kill as 100 Thieves converts the bonus round.
Will just saucing it up for a second there, spinning around like a ballerina to get those frags. Nicely done. The pressure plays from 100 Thieves here. They do not want that money going over. You can see it. Fire in his eyes. Flies around. Here's something from the other side. Vandal dropped. Instantly out of the smoke there. Great cleanup by 100 Thieves. And NRG is trying to mix up 100 Thieves too for an eco. That they got really far into that. 100 Thieves was saying no way. Let's see if NRG pushes a bit more pressure here as Sam takes a forward position to try to get that first frag.
This is where the action starts. I was calling converting a bonus, but they were pretty much already guaranteed in terms of at least economy to have the better advantage to win that round. So this is the first real gun round of this first half, and you saw that it was already really aggressive from Som at the beginning. And look at the second player. Tex is already at orange and has the ultimate of that chamber and pops Asuna down.
Just kind of a repeat of what happened at the end of last round. They take this mid pressure again. It seems like they felt comfortable the first time, but all the action toward A on this. So playing off the ball, off of what Tex is doing. They are pushed off for a second. Looks like they'll call another audible here. They're really just trying to mix up 100 Thieves and get a Viper's Pit out of it as well.
The Viper's Pit, there's no commitment for NRG. Backpedaling towards the mid-side control for NRG as they're looking to split into this B site. Alarm bot's already in the kitchen. Recon dart that gets broken up. And that with that
30
smoke,
seconds left.
Will's waiting around the corner. He's playing with it inside that smoke. And has a showstopper to work with as well. Creeping into the site. First contact now is Stellar on the top of the bridge side. Another moment where the spike gets dropped, so it's going to get chaotic for NRG to try to find their opponents. Here's that showstopper, lands at the feet. Spike is down for one more time as NRG closes in for some trades, though. It's a 3 versus 1 as Bang is still inside the kitchen. And the spike at least gets planted for NRG. Wall coming up. Ripping back up towards the hallway, but some great positioning for NRG, doubling up towards yellow. One towards the back site. It's pretty much going to be a contact swing. Bang has to be very cautious right now. Still has a bit of time to work with. Needs to kill very soon. There's that first. Forces out the swing from EU, but EU is going to win that fight, and NRG gets the first on the board.
That was a big round two. Kills on the way in. 100 Thieves actually playing twice there. Elevation. Because Omen's smoking a certain spot, right? It's not a Viper wall to go across, but NRG was still able to stop that kind of defense. 100 Thieves was putting it up, overwhelm the site. Tex with the early frag really helped to distribute 100 Thieves across the map so NRG could make that work. And you're right, their first round. Now they go for the Vandals. They're full armored up. We're going to be going into round 5 here in a bit of a default as they slow things down. I don't think 100 Thieves will, though.
Yeah, they're trying to answer back to Tex with the aggressive position early in the rounds on mid. And look at that. Will's already on the corner, but the knee gets spotted. Almost a battle won by Will, but it's going to be Tex that takes the upper hand.
You see feet all day before you were getting shot at there. Good push by Tex, knowing the angles on that. Asuna still wants to get a forward fight. There's pressure coming in from Bang, too. So if something does happen here, Bang, even one of them has a better chance to come around and help the other. Asuna is going to do it himself and get the res.
Exactly for that reason that Asuna starts pushing up. High risk, high reward. With support from Stellar no matter what, but that opens up the A side. So NRG is moving in. The plant on a diffuse spot, or the default spot behind that wall, allowing pulse plant utility for EU and Hayes.
NRG's done such a good job of working off where the defense of 100 Thieves is.
Now those pulse plants are slowly dwindling down for NRG as the flanks are coming in and they're being overwhelmed by 100 Thieves all across the A site. Nothing's going to work out here for the pulse plant hold for NRG as 100 Thieves fight back into the round.
And that's just it, fans. These post plants, NRG has been getting to the sites. They've been getting that spike down. We did see them drop 100 Thieves on the other one to get their first round, but here 100 Thieves recoup that mistake that they made, and they just swarm NRG, and that was the Vandals all around, or I should say just guns all around, so NRG will call a timeout here. We're getting into the site. how can we better position? How can we better hold? Right, I think is a little bit of the discussion here, and as well to just calm down. They're doing not too poorly within the rounds. It just seems like 100 Thieves has their number at the end.
Yeah. The mid to B so far for NRG has been good for the amount of bodies that they have for trades. That's one plus that we could take out of it so far for NRG. That last round too, they had good protocols for the pulse plant, as we mentioned before, for the pulse plant utility. But losing Tech so early into the round after that first blood that he's gotten has also eliminated that trademark that's left from behind that watches these flanks. So when 100 Thieves are scaling back the way that they are and overwhelming the sites, the comms could get kind of crazy where you omit that battle in the flank side where Bang got the upper hand on Hayes. So a little bit of ironing out to do, but there's still a lot of rounds left to work with for NRG to learn about these mistakes and bring it back in their favor.
See how we go into the next round. That was just a first loss after their win. Seems like they still have a little bit of money here. EU is going to wait. Maybe an ultimate grab for him, as they still go for this light armor on a round in. So if they win it, it's 3,000 on the credits they have. If they lose it, it's 2,400. So you can add the money there. They're still within the realm to get.
We're trying to change the pace a little bit. Trying to 100 Thieves are playing the default setup on this B site, at least for the first attempt. It was that toxic screen that came out from the attacker side. They spotted Will. They forced also Bang to fall back into the B site. We're looking for a little bit of order control potentially here. We're one away of getting an ult out for EU. 3 Vandals to work with, by the way, with 2 players playing with their utility potentially for the pulse plan with EU and Hayes.
This is one of the first times we've seen NRG make this move. Just organize themselves on the left side of the map here. As you said, Tech's on that hold. As per usual, the chamber flank, so we can TP back over. And it is slow by 100 Thieves as well. More of an absorb play. They're waiting for contact. The waiting game now.
Yeah.
The wall comes back up, and I think we're waiting for one more dart maybe to move forward. No, it's just a wall.
This is good timing, too, because this nanoswarm also dwindles down that smoke timer that was just thrown by Som. The wall is forced to fall down as well. And look, another snake bite with paint shells. This is going to be a last-second hit once again, once they hear the poison orb up for NRG. Fuel's going to come back for them to move forward, but, oh man, Tex, they were counting on that as well. Another first blood coming in for Tex, who's picked up all the first blood so far for NRG, and that allows now the spike to get planted at that B spot. Bango trades back a few, and those pistols are coming in for support as well. And that's going to be Tex opening and closing the frag department for this round as NRG gets to.
I was about to call that the pressure cooker for 100 Thieves, but NRG find the shots. Tex's slow lurk was really able to pull Stellar back, allow the site to become more of NRG's in those firefights instead of instead of the Stellar firing back into it. Asena's flank was just a few seconds off. NRG executing at the perfect time there to find themselves a second round. Nicely done. And getting stalled out, too. It becomes much harder when it's just kind of face-to-face at that point, Vans. Everybody's just waiting to throw a punch. NRG found the haymaker. We're into round 7 now. Ultimates are going to be coming up soon here. We see Stellars. We also see a Res and some Hunter's Fury.
Now we're circling around the rink as well. Self-boost for 2 players to take boiler control. As we are in an eco here for 100 Thieves, but it works out for the first blood in their favor. And all of these shots coming in for 100 Thieves overall. Ethan, just like that, is found on his lonesome. Also got pinged out. So 100 Thieves are closing in to steal a round away from NRG. Like the real thieves that they are. Derek, the first contact. Vandal picked up by Will just around the corner. Ethan has to come up huge right here, but they could play the patient game for 100 Thieves. This spike is already down. They're forcing the hand out of Ethan. He works out for that frag onto Will, but Stellar is there with that Sheriff. At least to trade it back, and that's a thrifty for 100 Thieves.
A thrifty to stop NRG when they finally pull a second round back in their favor. What shots coming in from 100 Thieves there. Great defense, great comms to be in position. And, wow, Asuna just started off, sort them out. Bang having huge frags here. And props to Ethan. He was reading that play so well, but 100 Thieves, like you said, just doing a bit of pickpocket work to make sure they get a thrifty. Ooh. See some of those low buys still, Vans.
Yeah. we're still trying to just work the economy the way that we can with energy. I mean, at the same time, you're keeping it pretty even across the board. Hayes not buying anything here, but is still going to be in a great position for the following round to have a full gun round with energy should they lose this one here, especially if they get a spike plan out of this round. It's going to be a huge way to start, hopefully, the comeback for energy in the next, but let's not count it out. We still have Texas alive. He has a Vandal to work with. He's been good with these openers.
Again, you see a lot of 100 Thieves playing the elevation. Wall's already up, so it makes sense this time. But those Omen smokes coming in a lot easier to just peek over if you're up on top. Push forward here from Derek. 100 Thieves making sure they get a little bit of space, and the only thing they have is the retake wall on A, so their focus is towards B here. Can Energy do it again? Push through this wall.
Point of the game for 100 Thieves was that delay. The wall was to try to get information to start if it was broken early. Now, because you have a Viper's Pit going into the B side, you have a Killjoy ult pushing everybody right back towards the A side potentially. And if Energy decide to go towards the A site, well, you got a Viper's Pit for Bang on the A side as well, and that's exactly what's going into Energy's mind. Moving in towards that A site, the Viper's Pit coming out off the recon dart from EU, and we're going to try to fight this bloodbath right in here, but we have a late lurk from Hayes all the way from that B site. Spike is now going down as it comes back in favor of Energy on a post-plant situation. A retake for 100 Thieves across the rope. Ethan is trying to play on the top of the Viper's Pit. Somehow a sabotage kill onto Sama as well, but there you go. Ethan gets spotted. He gets traded out as we're fighting back here for 100 Thieves. A showstopper out for Will as well, as two more players remain on the back sites, and that's off the Hunter's Fury, off post-plant utility as well for Energy, and it's down at halfway. It's sticking in for Asuna, and they get it now for 100 Thieves.
Oh my God. Hell was raining down inside A site for a long time there. We couldn't see where most of the kills were coming from because of the Viper's Pit. That top position on Rafter was so good, but instantly thwarted by Will as soon as we saw Tex get a, I think it was Tex get a kill. 100 Thieves again on the retake. Energy making it to the sites. 100 Thieves absolutely swarming them down with this utility. The showstopper helped to really push Energy out of the site there, and the pressure they were able to bring in.
You want to play,
amazing stuff, fans.
Yeah.
100 Thieves able to bring it to 6-2 now.
Even the scoreline shows such a good chess match for Energy that's being demonstrated so far. I mean, look at these first blood opportunities that they're getting. They have a good game plan going into these rounds. The trades are still so good. Right now, look at it. An owl drone going into the kitchen and allowing Bang to get the kill from Orange. The chemistry as well for 100 Thieves to answer back is huge. Speaking of which, the
big
resurrection comes back onto Som, and they're trying to work back towards this B site here for Energy.
Bang playing a little bit of a one-way, looking for ankles here. He could still get the close peek, so he's got to be really careful. Drops the poison orb. Rotations are coming in. It's now up to the side of Stellar with the utility as the rotation here. Bang is on B for this round. Oh, again, that elevation.
Paranoia, a wall to try to get a plan for a snowman, and it gets immediately broken down by Bang, who lines up EU. But plant comes down, the double swing, it's a 2 versus 2. Som's low on HP, gets that heal from Ethan. Bang's trying to waste the clock here so that Stellar could come in from the top ropes. As he goes in for the body drop, doesn't see anybody yet. The battle then inching in. The trade coming back on 1v1. The information from both of the players. Pressure is on now to play Ring Around the Rosie. But the advantage still for Energy because they have the time in their favor. Stellar has a turret and alarm bot to work with as well. But Ethan is holding towards danger, and he's going to get that duel, and Energy are back on the board.
Super smart to tuck himself into that corner. So it's a little edge to the right there. And he would have had the angle on the left as well. Very smartly played. Stellar has just seemed to have those moments in his favor, but Ethan said, no way. I know how you guys play. It's all right. We're going to shut this down. 3-6 now as Energy starts to squeak these rounds back. And Vans, they are squeaking these rounds back. They seem like such a battle every time. And when 100 Thieves is retaking, they kind of swipe it out. So Energy getting their groove, coming online. We've seen teams do that all weekend and still have us in the first half for sure. Let's see if that's what Energy's doing, and they're going to start that fire.
You just saw in that replay, unlucky for Stellar, that the tip of that Vandal was sticking out.
Yeah.
And that allowed Ethan to just get ready and propped up for the easy kill to win that 1 versus 1. But the economy's still really good. 400 Thieves at least for a bye into this round. Another wall to get some information here for Asuna. is on the top of the screen side. That spike is already down. Some Sage on Sage as they both fall.
Coming back.
And looking for energy to retrieve that spike. It will be done. A battle on that flank. Won once again by 100 Thieves.
They walled B, Noise at A. I think Bang kind of has a read, a slight conditioning on what's been happening, felt comfortable to push this round. And the trademark was moved from Tex. We saw that placed a few times over where it would have maybe detected Bang coming out. So just by chance and a good push. Everything coming together there for a few kills. It's still around NRG can grab here. They slow it down and they seem to get a little bit more at 100 Thieves every time. Can they do it here?
You're not giving any opportunities for any late lurks for Hayes. Well, maybe now, as Stellar has got picked off by Tex and saw him going to work as well. Just dancing around the A site. As now Bang on a rotation, that allows that lurk because Stellar has fallen down. I was talking about that alarm bot in that turret. And NRG on that A site battle got everything done.
This is good. Confidence rounds. String them together. They looked much more confident in that as well. Behind each other, much in position. Like we were saying, 100 Thieves have just kind of been able to discombobulate the post plants. Pretty solid there. Will taking damage here. I'm not just cue the Indiana Jones music. Oh my gosh, what is that? 6-4 here. NRG looking to make it 6-6 as they've squeezed 100 Thieves down on the economy now. And NRG's buys. They banked a bit. They banked the rounds.
Change of pace just for a bit. Recon dart onto the crane on the B side for NRG. Just to get fort positions on that orb. And won over by the attacker side. Meanwhile, though, for 100 Thieves, another round where it's a mixed buy. A couple of Sheriffs, Guardian, Spectre, an aggression towards mid side that gets denied for a bit. We're seeing right now the red dots still inching towards this B side with Tex on a super late lurk on the A side as well. Tex opening this up could actually pull for the rotation. You want to keep A's alive as well so they can pull up the poison orb so NRG could recross into the A site if you have control of that site for NRG.
They're still, I wouldn't say worried, but definitely giving respect to 100 Thieves here. NRG want these last few rounds so much. And like you said, could play the call to Tex once he gives the all clear. He might find a little bit of resistance in just a few seconds. But that spike is pretty heavily committed now, Vansili.
Yeah, it all depends what's going on here. A kill from Tex could force a rotate right away, or a spike allows him to flank. But it's still Stellar that gets the first blood somehow. And now here's that cue for NRG, planting a spike for Snowman. Viper's pick going out here through the wall, but the Owl drone is actually going to spot the opponent. EU gets that kill, drops the pit. Things are looking good here for NRG to convert this round on the pulse plant. Derek trying to go for the rotate with his teammates to try to get some information, but you can definitely see it. Very difficult for 100 Thieves to retake it with the weapons that they have. They'll try to go for these exits, try to make it expensive against NRG, as these battles have been bloody. Pulse range there. EU wins it against Derek, taking down his doppelganger for this map. Asuna has a res to work with as a gun gets picked up by Stellar as well, but with that last two kills getting dropped, NRG will make it 6-5, one round away of tying up the game.
Really nicely played there. Well, we saw NRG starting slow towards B, the option to use Tex on A. They scaled through the site as soon as they knew they had it, right? Snowman, Danger, halfway to Snowman. They had the cutoff player just all across the site, making it almost impossible for 100 Thieves. So NRG definitely having a plan and executing it fully there to get themselves scaled full all the way into B. And now they get the Viper's Pit out there too. So that means the last round doesn't have a Viper's Pit. That was great to kind of stress that out of 100 Thieves there, whether they wanted to use it or not. Last round without that against NRG, they're feeling a little bit better, right?
Definitely feeling better. I think you're seeing a lot of that defaulting that really works out for NRG now. A little bit less of pressure towards the mid side, but working those extremities very, very well. And also these trades continue to be very, very good for NRG. So working out those kinks, as we mentioned before, trying to figure out how they can get the fastest trades against their opponents, definitely is showing like a very good close match on this first half.
NRG's util too. The patience they have, right? They're doing double takes, if you will, especially on B. We've seen it a few times on A. And they'll drone in, do a few, then use a dart again, make sure they're taking that space super safe and finding angles. It's different from the first few rounds because they played full just walk-in contact on A. NRG was just seeing what 100 Thieves would do. And now, catch Will this time as well. There's an early dart, so right off the bat, they'll just wait the 45 to get that back, and we might see them, NRG, make another move.
Some util early to prevent that forward push from 100 Thieves at the beginning of the round. They could get a spike plant right now and also activate an orb and an ult for Ethan. That's the plan right now. Pushing in towards the wall in the back. Once again, another plant going in for the rope side. But the thing is, we've seen this on his pistol before. And that wall is up, and that wall's still alive for Bang. Still very doable here for 100 Thieves. Stellar trying to fight for his life towards the back of the site. Also doing the same. And now they lose the res onto 100 Thieves' side, so that's not going to help Stellar as he falls from Tex. And the wall gets broken up. Derek fighting through. Nice little kill through the smoke because of his recon. And through that smoke, speaking of which, the toxic screen, some greets Bang and drops him down. Derek on a 3 versus 1, not doable right here. An ult that comes out for the first time and gets the last kill into the round. We have a tied game 6-6 as we take a break now between these two teams. Back here for the second half of IceBox between 100 Thieves and NRG. It's been impressive and interesting for what we've seen so far in this battle on the control of the map for both of these teams.
It started off with 100 Thieves on a tear, right? We said NRG was making it to sites. 100 Thieves was able to just kill the post plants. And NRG continues their half-buy game, right? We saw Sam on classic low armor with other people having Vandal's armor in situations. So they were able to build that econ back up and fight back. Now at a 6-6, like you said, Vance, it looks like they want to hit B pretty hard here. Turrets behind them for a bit of safety.
Even for NRG, look at it. They had Som going up towards L already, up towards Belt. Satchel charges inside the site though for 100 Thieves. As the site is open just for a bit. Battle now ensues on the top of the bridge side as Bang gets spotted by Ethan and is forced to fall back. You still have another player that's low in HP. So you have Asuna swinging out for that heal, and that was Will towards that back side. He hears the footsteps closing in towards the back spawn side, and that's two players that's about to swing. Nice start from the back in support, though, allowing Will to get these kills, but Psalm answers back with 2 headshot classics of his own. Now, Recon Dart back towards Yellow. It gets picked off. Delay with the nanoswarms from Stellar. A smoke coming out from Som. So we're going to have 100 Thieves pushing forward here. As same thing for Tex. Now a double swing towards Yellow. It's still going back and forth. And Som now has to clutch. Picking up the Sheriff. Spun in the last 2. But Derek gets the kill. And 100 Thieves gets the pistol.
100 Thieves just playing whack-a-mole. Popping out. Hiding. Popping out. Drawing NRG closer and closer. Each team having, NRG tried to answer with smoke utility. You saw the Derek's darts coming out and the rest of the utility to find through the smokes. And as we said, the whack-a-mole, 100 Thieves just kind of tucking themselves into some tight corners and defending the pressure. First round there for 100 Thieves. They get both pistols here to start on the first map. Will they be able to continue throughout? Pushing up for Zay just to start on this one. And a little bit of mid-pressure from NRG. They do want to control some pace on this second round. Sheriff for Som. Hunter for Hex.
There a dink here through a box as Derek is down at 8 HP. Thankfully, we still have a stage though for Asuna. That's the turret that's playing the 6-man into the server right now for 100 Thieves to watch that. So that Tex cannot push as much or as far as he wants to. Aldro going out towards the B side, and look at that rotate from NRG. Couple of players moving outside of the A site, opening up the 3 players getting ready to get into the site for 100 Thieves.
What a nice pull. Asuna just over. He feels at home on the ropes. He goes real quick. Derek to get that frag with the Sheriff as they come across Vansili.
And even continuing his run in the back of the site, just sprinting through. Som gets dropped. EU and Hayes on their lonesome outside towards screens. Plant still in a safe spot here for some pulse plant utility should it be needed. But now that they have Spectres and Sheriffs to work with, gonna be easier for 100 Thieves to hold the pulse plant technically.
This round was so neat. I can't wait to talk about it. If I start now,
you got all the time.
Then it's gonna I'm gonna go now. So the turret was in mid. The fact that the turret saw somebody and was active, I think baited energy into rotating even more when they heard the drone go B. Because you know KJ has to be in range, and why isn't she in range with the team who's droning? So you have that B rotation. As soon as the drone goes off, energy's hitting. Or I'm sorry, 100 Thieves is hitting on A. Really nice pull over to the B side there that got energy to move. Energy's going to go ahead and go down to get a little bit more cash in the bank. But just overall, I think the turret actually seeing somebody there and the fact that it was still active really helped 100 Thieves to sell everything.
Yeah, really helping out 100 Thieves in their slower plays, the slower defaults as well to see how NRG is going to try to push forward early into the rounds, especially when they're on an eco, of course, right? And
yeah. A little turret headshot, too. It's doing work. doing work. What do they have this round? Spectres on the side, 100 Thieves. They'll still look to get a Guardian or so in their buy. A lot of credits for them, so they're looking to get some buys in also that help continue a streak. But NRG looking to get some more rounds for themselves here. Can they get the bonus in their favor?
Joys of having also a raise on this map. The way that LG's kind of done it for a bit too, to use that boom bot to clear out the front of the A nest instead of using the downvote early. And speaking of which, it's quick right now for 100 Thieves pushing inside the A site. Being held back by Ethan though on the top of the A tower. Spike is also down on top of 410 in a dangerous spot for 100 Thieves to try to get the Spike back in their favor. As this wall comes down, you'll start playing for contact for 100 Thieves. Bang the forward position. Recon dart on the left side of the map. As NRG are just looking to play contact once they hear the spike going down, because they still have the shock dart and snake bites to work with. And there you go. Comes towards that ground. Ouch. There's that snake bite, shock dart combo, and a swing coming out from EU. A little bit over aggressive, and it gets denied by Will and Bang as well. Spike now planning on a 2 versus 2 somehow. As at least that stops the bleeding. Ethan, a 4K into the round, to defuse on top of that, and he's going to have a 1 point away of getting a res.
Ethan's feeling it.
And Tex is also just tap dancing to the beat of
the spike dance.
For you, am I correct?
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Ken's fancy feet the other day. Tex there showing us a little tap. 8-7 is NRG. Stop the bleeding here. They are able to grab the bonus away from 100 Thieves. Nicely taken back as well. They couldn't really give too much control, or I say respect, to the Spectres, right? They have to get in there and close the distance with the Vandals, even if it's going to be tough, and NRG did just that. A little bit of a mid push here. Follow up on a drone we might have. As NRG looks to set up maybe a block towards mid, rather. Yep.
Try not to use it yet.
Yeah, interesting.
Too much pressure here for 100 Thieves as they're all booked up here towards this B side. Trying to look for orb control potentially as well for Asuna. An orb and a plant gets him a res. Pain shells to try to push Tex away, but at least it breaks his running. This is a big one. Oh my god, that was sick. So Will gets 2, opens up the site. Here comes the plant, and good luck for NRG for the retake.
Yeah, quick click Will there. Oh my word. What a fast reaction time on the second shot. He was ready for it, and they will be able to set up a great post plant here, even with some far flank control. NRG with 3. Possibility is slim, but the possibility is there.
Still have a drone. As we tap the spike here, want to see if they could actually waste utility on the other end, and you saw those 2 shark darts coming out from Derek. Recon dart available now. 400 Thieves as well. If they hear a second tap, but Asuna is already in a forward position, pushed up here towards Orange. Easy kill now onto EU, as now he could call it out for his team. They're actually saving their weapons. And that's going to be a round for the Thieves on the attacker side.
A little flawless, too. Squeaking that in there.
Yeah.
Nicely done by them. Is that was a back and forth, right? They lose their bonus. They come back and say, well, not so much. We don't like that. They get a really nice round for themselves. And we'll see the buy here from NRG. Let's see how they kind of sort this out. That's a first round loss, so they're coming in with another 1,900, right? Their money gets pretty hard reset. They lose again, they'll get 24. You lose a third time, you get 29. So they're always keeping that in mind of what to buy and how to do it. So if you just look, Tex will have, if they lose, 3,400 next round with this full buy. So, see what they can do. NRG looking to get back to that tie score and take the lead.
Yeah, and this mixed buy going for a Vandal in the hands of Tex. The story of the first blood continues. That it's all been in favor of 100 Thieves in this second half. And Som is looking to end that streak by looking out towards the A side push. A double swing, but it's still going to be 100 Thieves with the first blood this round. A 4 versus 4, a forced TP away from Texas. Hayes is also holding in the back of the site. A res comes out on the A side at least, and Tex continues to hold his ground on B. Plan at least comes down for 100 Thieves, and we've made it back to safety at least. Bill pushing forward towards danger in a dangerous spot, eats a paranoia as that gives the assist onto Som. Tex with that blood.
Last player standing.
Whew. This guy's on fire. This guy is feeling it. Stellar now
there.
waiting for the orb to come down, waiting for the first battle. Nice nano swarm, but that's going to also force a triple swing. He's going to be able to make it expensive at least, but NRG still get the round in their favor.
Buy for the bye-bye. Buy. Just keep buying. Just keep deep in it, digging into the pockets. You're going to get it. Oh, my gosh. They pull out another round with that. Some people not on full buys. Once again, NRG figuring out how to play confident with any amount of cash in their hand. And really, like you said, a nice retake. Tex coming in, clearing out 3 right away. And then they're able to swarm the last one of Stellar. NRG's... This confidence means their retakes can be slow and methodical, just like we saw. They didn't have to swarm 100 Thieves with too much utility there. And we saw 100 Thieves kind of playing that hide-and-seek game to win multiple post plants last time in the game. Not that time. NRG seeks him out nicely. A little pressure to start here at B for 100 Thieves. It looks like A is going to be played by the side of Bang. He'll just hang out on flank.
Run.
Now you'll finally have those layers to try to get the B site. You saw that recon. Then we also had now the wall getting ready to move up. Nice little battle there on the A side. And there's Fury with the showstopper. Space cleared. Battle from Will in the back end. It's a little bit rough there, but Derek still manages to save him.
The alley-oop. He's like, I can't shoot this guy. Hit him with your ult. Oh my gosh. The fast flick as well to get over there and make sure he can hit Hayes.
Unlucky. Still continues to be a thorn in the sides of 100 Thieves. Playing the close angle again. He loves this spot so far on this map, and that allows him to get a kill, leaving also EU and Tex on their lonesome.
Yeah.
Op's not going to do much too.
Vans, the back and forth makes them. This really tests NRG's money game. Because if you're going through getting money, having 3,000 for a win, knocked back down to 1,900 after you're trying to buy full, you better have a good accountant. You better be able to figure out how to do that. 100 Thieves pull another one in their favor, making it that much more difficult for NRG to set up anything consistent and get some momentum going. This game this map of IceBox continuously goes to the post plants and these struggle fights of getting closer and closer to each other just to squeeze out the right fight. And we're seeing it go in both teams' favor. 100 Thieves get 2 there, or get another one for themselves, I should say.
You still see, though, you're talking about the accountants for NRG. They're the ones that really put this on the radar, and now the conversation goes about into this round. Som buying a rifle for EU buying a Bulldog for Ethan, so they have mustered up a good buy into this round here for NRG's on the defense. They're trying to change the pace a little bit. A wall early into B long, so we could play a little bit of information if somebody breaks it down, but as it stays quiet, see now NRG leading a lot of defensive players on this A site. Where all of 100 Thieves are. Whew. Surprise, Tex, but Som's there for the trade. Paranoia trying to fall back. A res coming out of Derek, so still a player advantage for 100 Thieves. They're not committed yet into this site.
That's NRG looking on 1. 100 Thieves setting up. They're actually setting up quite a bit. You see the turret still active in mid as we turn around and get an eye on that. So still have quite a bit of coverage so they can focus forward onto the A site. 1 shot on that bolt. It's Som answers with a 2nd kill of the round.
I just wants to keep pushing forward, but Derek trades it back here onto the A side. A Viper's Pit out as Will gets the kill onto Som. EU trying to walk in, but there's a wall blocking his view, and as he looks for trying to get up on the boxes, that's an easy kill for Derek all the way back towards the A nest. Unlucky, as now Ethan, well, he's just going to hang out and stay towards that B side, and 100 Thieves now are going to be up at 11 on this second half.
It ain't easy being green. That's what they say. gets stuck with a double wall right on the edge of the Viper's pit there as he tried to hop up in a crouch. And it is just the hide. Ethan does, like you said, try to save the Bulldog. 100 Thieves begin to string a few together. And the hunt will not be for Ethan, so he saves for now. There were some. This is going to be the 2400 now. So I think looking at Tex, or he was at maybe 2800 for this buy. Right, they're pretty low. We'll see if NRG tries to squeak through another one. As 100 Thieves take round 11 here on IceBox as we get our first map of this series quite underway.
I'm gonna give a shout out as well to again our stats people working behind the scenes, talking about everything that's going around here for the first bloods. Still in favor of 100 Thieves throughout this whole half. That's courteous space. But also, if you're following Weltis over on the Twitter sphere, he's told us a little bit of a storyline for 100 Thieves and NRG, where 100 Thieves finds a lot of their successes really into some methodical executions to get the spike down and win and convert these post-plant positions. And which is why I'm looking at this NRG playstyle, having Som pushing forward, having Tex pushing forward, trying to get these first bloods back in their advantage to actually not allow 100 Thieves to have the full 5-man squad, the full utility on the execution. So the plan is there. It's a high risk that they have to play, but it's still 100 Thieves that are so good on these first duels in the second half.
Right, Som got 2 there, so it's a great description of what he's trying to do. The rest of the team is really trying to formulate against taking apart that attack from 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves, that was more of a death ball from them. So any trade that did start to happen, it seemed, was just then returned. Like you said, returned. The trades, even with the trouble NRG's trying to put up in defense at that A site. This is NRG's pick of IceBox. Feeling comfortable to come in onto this one. And we see 100 Thieves bringing out that Killjoy and the Raze for this composition now. And it seems to be able to put up a pretty good offense as well as defense.
Yeah, Ethan, you're not getting this orb. And Som again, as he's playing by himself on the A side, lots of members towards this B side as well. But at least Tex answers back, so first blood that always comes in for 100 Thieves always gets answered back by NRG. Seems to be that storyline, and now we're going for a high risk through the toxic screen that gets denied by Will, and that's even lesser weapons for NRG for this retake. I mean, they have a Marshall to work with, but they're just going to try to run in and hoping that these shots land with the Sheriffs and the Marshals.
Ethan going for a really big play there. He saw 3 people. I probably regretted his decision immediately, but it has been more of a team effort, as you said, by 100 Thieves on these takes. So if he could have caught them in a line, that would have been the deal, but you're always dreaming about that. Oh, he's got 1 though.
Yeah, and 2. Now it's a 2 versus 2 somehow, and he has a Viper's Pit. So Tex has to start rushing in here to try to create a diversion. The shot dart comes in, and that's going to be it. Unlucky. Tex had to move in to not allow Derek to get that shock dart out, but it's now going to be 100 Thieves at map point.
You know, the roster might change, but the love of the plant spot doesn't for 100 Thieves.
True.
Showing us a while ago that they love to plant up there, making it a bit of a thing.
Just wanted to say how unlucky he was for Tex too, because at some point when he got that Hunter kill towards that B main side, you saw him run inside that corner, crouching for a gun. It's like, where's the gun? He had nothing to work with.
Oh, those moments. You second guess, and you're like, well, yeah,
probably falls off the map.
Up the river without a paddle. Here we go. Operator in the hands of Tex. We have not seen much op action at all, if any, on this map right now, besides the tour de force.
Oh man, it's another one of those Tex versus Will's knee, but it's Stellar that eats the bullet. So that's the Killjoy down, and EU also holding it from the top side of Long. And that's just gonna oil the plans a bit for 100 Thieves on how they wanted to execute the beginning of this round number 21.
Yeah. Makes a few of the other rounds feel like a just kidding. Like they came out fire in there. Haha, just kidding. This is where we're at. Bring it maybe to overtime now. Bang says no, not just yet. As Tex solidifies another nail in the coffin. That's closed. That one's closed. Ship it. 12-9. And NRG have the confidence to keep those rounds going this late in the game. But 9,000 credits for Will. They can start throwing the money around. They're going to have to beat down that economy of 100 Thieves to get where they want in overtime.
So it finally took Tex this round to stop the first blood spree. That was always in favor of 100 Thieves, and who better than Tex to also not only get that, but a 4K on top. So really trying to fight for the team is this shooter, who's now looking for some control down towards pipes on mid side. But 400 Thieves looking for something quick towards the A side to start, preventing again an orb to get picked up, and that also forces out a wall on the defender side.
Yeah, they're just slowing each other. They're like, prevent everything in the beginning. The rush is no rush, wait 30, right? Isn't that what you say? Now the round plays out a bit. Still, 100 Thieves in this ball, this death ball, ready to act on things. We looked at that before. This is kind of where Sam got his trades on A, but the answer's there. You can always trade off. And there goes the drone for 100 Thieves. A lot of pushing here from NRG, so they should know.
Yeah. There's no utility for 100 Thieves towards the back to watch that flank, so you're forcing a body to watch it. And Bang had a dangerous move to try to go for a jump peek. And Ethan in the back of the site, the wall bang to drop the spike planner. Oh, as Bang, though, wins that fight against Hayes. Gets a second one up to Psalm on top of that, too. So now that forces out the Hunter's Fury out of EU. We picked up the spike for 100 Thieves, and look at him booking it all the way back through mid-site to B. The Poison Orb is up, and EU is walking forward inside of it, hoping to catch somebody if the Poison Orb goes down. But look at that. Stellar's still holding it back. He wants to play the late lurk if we're able to get this plant back for the Thieves. But a Hunter's Fury on the attack. They have to commit now towards this A site. Everybody already rotated for NRG. And that battle is won by EU, who gets that second kill, but at least we get a plant now for 100 Thieves. Now again, that utility for Stellar. He has everything in the kit, but he's on the late lurk. Derek going for the bounce, just to try to see if anybody's going to push forward, as it pings out too. Stellar just by the orange side. First kill onto EU. We do have Ethan sticking onto the spike, but it's a combination from both players. And a turret also to spot Tex, pushing it forward all the way across the turret, but Stellar wins that fight, and 100 Thieves puts 13 on the board to win IceBox.
Oh my gosh, so many rounds of that first map were such a battle, such an absolute